Okay, hello everybody. I'm just closing out for today. I just saw something very interesting though online. I think it's on cosmopolitan.com. And it says here King Charles snubbed Prince Harry because he couldn't endorse a quote hostile rival royal operation. And I thought, oh my God, the word hostile. The other day I said that they're trying to execute a hostile takeover of the Invictus Games. And so this is a very curious word hostile, rival, royal operation. Would you say, though, you know, all jokes aside, that Harry is in any way exhibiting any signs of trying to take over the royal family or execute a hostile rival royal operation? That's insane, right? Harry definitely hasn't done anything at all along those lines, has he? A hostile rival royal operation? Really? I mean, look, I don't know how the Invictus Games service was held in UK and why at St. Paul's Cathedral. I mean, I don't know how much Harry has to do with that. I would imagine that these decisions are made by the Board of Trustees, or at least some kind of quorum among the Board of Trustees. I don't think Harry can single-handedly say, let's have it in UK and let's have it at St. Paul's Cathedral. I could be wrong. But even assuming he did choose the UK and St. Paul's Cathedral personally for the 10-year anniversary, I would think it really is about nostalgia more than anything else, because the games were commenced in the UK and he is British. He's a citizen of the UK. He loves his country, and his countrymen and women appear to love him too. Not everyone, obviously, but I would say quite a significant percentage of people seem to care about him and love him, actually, quite a lot. So I would think that's really it. It's really the nostalgia, and not because of some kind of hostile royal operation. This is like heavy. And this is a direct quote, apparently, that came from someone in the palace. This is some kind of royal source, which to me, I was gobsmacked by that, because I haven't seen or heard Harry say anything to suggest that he has any such intention of creating a hostile rival royal operation, or even a friendly royal operation. I would say that, Harry is a prince and he's used to a certain standard of living. And it's clear to me that he has sort of carried that on across the pond in his home in Montecito. And, he's, with the polo matches and so on in America that he has, as I noted before, I think that he's continuing the lifestyle that he has become accustomed to, which to me is perfectly fine and perfectly understandable. Why should he completely change his life just because he had to leave the country to find peace for himself and his wife and family? Right? He's still British. He's still a prince, right? And so he's living the life of a British prince living abroad. Is that a hostile rival royal operation? I don't know that it's hostile. I don't see the hostility, right? Because he's not calling for anybody to stop being king or king in waiting or queen consort. He's not calling for anybody to lose their position. And as far as being a rival royal operation, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it would suggest that the royal family and monarchy in the UK is not very substantial if one man across the pond, you know, you know, the Duke of what was Edward's name? The Duke of Windsor 2.0, the Duke of Windsor 2.0, who's basically been excommunicated, right? He's like excommunicated. He didn't even get a governor general position. I mean, Edward got a governor general position in Bermuda or someplace. Harry has absolutely nothing. I mean, he was cut loose with absolutely not a dime, right? Nothing, right? And to suggest that Harry and his wife Meghan are a royal operation, first of all, and a rival royal operation, second of all, and a hostile rival royal operation, third of all, I mean, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot about how Harry and Meghan are doing in the eyes of the British royal family and their cohorts, right? And it also says a lot about how the royal family and the monarchy and the operation that they are running over there feels about themselves in their own chest, right? It's like in their chest they lack the confidence that they need. I mean, but in a really serious way, like hugely, like like what they just said about a rival, a hostile rival royal operation. That's saying a lot accidentally about how they see Harry and Meghan. They see Harry and Meghan as a real threat to the popularity of the monarchy and even to the continuance of the monarchy. They see Harry and Meghan as a real threat, which there's that. Beneath that is real trouble, because the seriousness of that is so much, it's so huge, that Harry and Meghan really have to watch their backs. They really have to watch their backs, because these people are not kidding. They're not joking. I mean, to me, this whole thing is like entertainment in a way, but they are not amused. They're not amused. Did you hear what they just said? A hostile rival royal operation. And this all came about because Harry had the Invictus service in the UK. That's all. Imagine if he did something else. But to be perfectly honest with you, I mean, let's face it, the reception that Harry got, the reception that Harry got, as I noted before in several videos, like 2 or 3 videos prior to this one, that reception more than rivals the reception of anyone else in the royal family right now. It outshines any other reception of the king and queen in particular, and even of William and Kate. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious thing what they just said here about a hostile royal operation on his home turf. You have to read this article in Cosmopolitan. It's absolutely unhinged. This is unhinged. I have to use this word in the title of this video. This is unhinged. What they said is totally unhinged. So now they go on to say a former royal staffer tells the Daily Beast that Charles's decision to not acknowledge his son's event shows they don't want to do anything to encourage Harry to spend more time in the UK. Charles is never going to endorse a hostile rival royal operation on his doorstep. I mean, it's like some kind of foreign invasive force, like an army or something. This is this man's son. This is just one man, Harry, just one guy, without an army, with nothing. Instead, Charles sent a clear message, they go on to write, that he is not welcome to conduct official quasi royal events in the UK that distract from the monarchy's message and agenda. What? What? I mean, conduct official. So now you're saying that the Invictus Game service, it's a church service at St. Paul's Cathedral that lasted 1 hour on behalf of injured servicemen and servicewomen. You're saying that this is official and quasi royal? This is a royal event? With all due respect, I do think that, Harry is a royal guy. This is how he's described in society. He's royal, okay? He's a royal. But the idea that a service, this is a church service, is a quasi-royal event. I mean, what? I mean, the only thing that made that a royal event, well, two things. One is that Harry is described as royal. And second, it was the crowd that showed up to greet him, because crowds don't normally show up to say greet you and me. You understand what I'm saying to you? They show up to greet celebrities, and they show up to greet royals. And Harry is a royal celebrity at this point. But he didn't tell them to come. It's not Harry's fault that these people showed up. So the idea that you're not encouraging Harry to spend more time in the UK because he's not welcome to conduct quasi-royal events in the UK is unhinged. It's completely unhinged, because this is not a royal event, and it is not a quasi-royal event. It was a church service, for heaven's sakes, for injured servicemen and women. And this has been an event that is 10 years in the making, for heaven's sakes. This has nothing to do with King Charles's message and the monarchy's message and agenda. So he's like, now, and this is a part that's really interesting that needs to be analyzed by a psychiatrist. It says here, quasi-royal events in the UK that distract from the monarchy's message and agenda. This is completely unhinged. I mean, are you suggesting that the Invictus Games, which honors and recognizes injured servicemen and women from the various wars that y'all crazy sons of whatever fight all the time, like, I don't even have the words. I don't have the words. Hold on a second. Where was I with this? Where was I? So, okay. So, you're telling me that the Invictus Games distracts from the monarchy's message and agenda? What? What? I don't have the words. I still don't have the words. What about the Invictus Games? I mean, let's all think about this rationally, as rational thinking adults in a very crazy world, okay? It's an unhinged world, okay? But that said, what about the Invictus Games? What possibly about the Invictus Games could possibly distract from the monarchy's message? Let's start with that, because I don't know what their agenda is. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing, right? But the monarchy's message would seem to me, I hope, to coincide with and to support events and ideas and concepts and projects like the Invictus Games. No? I mean, if the monarchy's message is not one of support for injured servicemen and women who fight isn't the king doesn't he have to sign off on any kind of war and military things in the UK? He's right up there. If he doesn't have to sign off, he's certainly consulted. I know Winston Churchill consulted with the king and queen during his time, and I'm sure they continue to do that. That's why he meets with Richie Sunak and these people all the time. Correct me if I'm wrong. So when he says that the Invictus Games and a service for Jesus Christ, Almighty Lord Jesus in high heaven, this is about a church service in St. Paul's Cathedral. Y'all have me talking now in Rabbak Caribbean. I can't even. Sorry about that. I keep running out of space on the on my thing here. But I mean, what was I saying? I'm saying it's completely unhinged. It's completely unhinged. When you say that the Invictus service is a distraction from the monarchy's message, my next question to you is, what is the monarchy's message? If the monarchy's message is not one of support and recognition for injured servicemen and women all over the world, not just the UK, but also and especially in the UK, I mean, if that is not your message, what the bleep is your message? What is your message? Because the people need to know this. Are you saying that your message is antithetical to this? You have an opposite message to this, that to support serve, like what? Like I'm popping, my head is popping, I'm getting a blood vessel in the middle of my forehead. What are they talking? This is unhinged. This is completely unhinged. These people are unhinged. Did you hear what these people just said? That the Invictus Game service, that Harry was there just 2 days ago to attend and to speak on behalf of injured servicemen and women. They just said that it distracts from the monarchy's message. Then what the hell is the monarchy's message? Is your message opposite of that? Don't support these people. I mean, seriously, what is your message? I can't pop my blood vessel in my forehead because that's not going to be good, right? So let me just calm because it's almost time to go to sleep and I want to sleep. In fact, it's past my bedtime. That's sad. These people are unhinged and they are angry. And what can I say? What can I say?